Hey guys, what's going on? Kel back here, once again representing the 40k YouTube channel, bringing you another Warhammer 40,000 related video. Today we are going to go back to the Warhammer community page and have a look at the article from a couple of days ago entitled Codex, Space Marines, Weapons and War Gear Upgrades. This is a really cool little article. It shows the increase in versatility for weapons, so for things such as melters, flamers, etc., and which models really benefit from these changes. So we're going to get into that in a moment. As always though, big shout out to everyone who subscribed to the channel up to now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the comments and the likes and the subscriptions and all the general good vibes that you guys give me in COD. Thank you all very, very much. And thank you as well for everyone who has followed us so far on Instagram. You can find us on Instagram at 40_call, and you can check out what myself and predominantly Call have been painting and getting up to. So check us out on there. With that said, let's have a look at this article and see what war gear and updates we can look at. So the biggest and best ever edition of Codex Space Marines, it's on its way soon. You saw the Codex show on Saturday. One of the biggest changes is some of the most commonly used weapons are receiving upgraded profiles that are truly worthy of their potency in the lore. And here we have this has come up a few times. This picture of the Ultramarines taking on the Chaos warbands and stuff. Lots of repulsors, lots of repulsor executioners, lots of data there, and we'll have a quick look and see what we've got. However, it's not just the Adeptus Astartes who will benefit from all of the shiny new rules found within the new Codex. These changes will also be rolled out to all of the factions that utilise the same war gear, even Xenos races such as the Tau Empire and the Eldari. At the same time, the Codex is launched. Today we're showcasing selection of these new weapons profiles as well as highlighting some of the units that will likely benefit the most from the changes. Let's take a look, starting with flame weapons. Flamers are ambiguous weapons that, for many factions due to their simple construction and ease of use. After all, you literally can't miss. With an increase to the maximum range, flamer wheeled units can reach the heart of the battle or arrive from strategic reserves will have the ability to torch their enemies on the same turn they arrive. So, flamer weapons are now range 12, assault d6, strength 4, no AP, 1 damage, and as always, the abilities, each time the attack is made with this weapon, that attack automatically hits its target. Okay. Flamestone gauntlets for shooting are a 12, assault d6, same stats as before, same abilities that it auto hits. The big winners for this are the Tau XV8 Crisis Battlesuit teams, the Dominions, and of course the Primaris Aggressors. Of course, flamers also serve as popular auxiliary attachments for combi weapons, and they get a boost to their range too. Any unit that can field multiple combi flamers will soon be able to make their fiery presence felt from a greater distance, even if they've teleported or otherwise appear directly into the fray. What's more, it also conveniently matches the bolt gun's half range for some additional rapid fire death. So the Combi Flamer. Combi Flamer, before selecting targets, select one or both profiles below to make attacks with. If you select both, then each time attack is made with this weapon, this phase subtract 1 from the hit rolls. Of course, it doesn't really matter with flamers, but it would affect the bolt gun. And as you can see there, the bolt gun's rapid fire once, you get 2 shots within 12 inches, and then add the assault d6 auto hits on that can be fairly powerful. Winners are Chaos Space Marine Terminators, Wolfguard Terminators, Sternguard Veterans in a drop pod. Hand Flamers may be smaller in design, but will still spew forth a wall of fire when the trigger is pulled. As such, even Hand Flamers will be receiving an improved range. We suspect that the subtle influence of a Gene Stealer cult may have been involved, as Hand Flamer toting squads of acolytes will certainly be effective when emerging from cult ambush. And for the Hand Flamer, it is range 12, type is pistol d6, strength 3, 1 damage, and each time attack is made with this weapon, that attack automatically hits its target. So instead of being, the only real change there is it's pistol d6, and it's strength 3. So slightly weaker strength, but at least it's a good D6 amount of auto hits. Winners, of course, are the Genestealer Acolytes, Blood Ninjas Death Company, and the Adeptus Sororitas Sephram Squad. Finally, the Heavy Flamer will also be launching its fiery payload further than ever before, making units that are armed with multiple such weapons more formidable and perfect candidates for the Overwatch stratagem. This also means that the Ball Predators, Heavy Flamers, and Flamestorm Cannon now share the same range for some red-hot barbecue action. Heavy Flamers are 12 inches. It's a heavy D6, so the keywords there has changed to heavy. Strength 5, AP -1 because it's heavy, and 1 damage, and it always auto hits, which is good. Winners are Retributors for the Adeptus Sororitas, Blood Ninjas Ball Predator, as mentioned before, and the Astra Militarum Chimera Tank. Next we move on to Melter Weapons. 2 tank busting, or more specifically tank melting, stalwarts of the Imperial Arsenal are also due for a boost, this time in hitting power. First up is the Multi-Melter, which we've previewed in the Codex show. In addition to firing an additional shot, it does have 2 barrels after all, the Multi-Melter's modified ability makes it more consistent damage output at close range, and it can even inflict up to 8 wounds. This is a cool rules change, and I'm glad this has come in. So Multi-Melters are range 24, is a heavy 2, strength 8, AP -4, D6 damage each. Each time an attack made with this weapon targets a unit within half range, the attack has the characteristics of D6 +2. Used to be before that you would roll 2d6 and pick the highest, but now it's d6 +2. So effectively, if you get both shots in and you're really lucky, dice gods are on your side, you're going to be coming up with like 16 wounds, which is mad. You're going to get, if you get like 2d6, there's a 12, plus another 4, 16. Cracking. Can put out some real hefty firepower if the dice gods are on your side. Once again, the winners are Retributors again. Space Marine attack bike squads, which may be getting an upgrade at some point, I hope they do, and Devastator squads. The new ability applies to Combi Melters, Melter Guns, and Inferno Pistols too. So if your units favour bringing down monstrous beasts with or armoured behemoths at close range, you're in for a treat. And then we see the Combi Melter style weapons. So you're going to get the bolt gun, get a little bit closer, hit them with a nice melter gun shot, strength 8, AP -4, D6 damage, and it, as always, it would now do D6 +2, which is very good. And here we have the melter gun, Inferno Pistol, which will probably be mentioned below, are great for things like Death Company. When I have my Blood Ninjas on the go, I have a big blob of Death Company, and I try to fit as many Inferno Pistols into that as I can. As you can see, even though they are a pistol, short range at 6 inches, but they are strength 8, AP -4, D6 damage. So if you come across tougher opponents, I don't know, for example, you drop them in near a Demon Prince, or what do you call them, Mauler Fiends and stuff like that, or anything with lots and lots of wounds, you can fire a few Inferno Pistol shots in and take quite a few wounds off, even if only one of them gets through. The winners are Dominions, Death Company, as I've just mentioned, and Chaos Space Marine Terminators. Next, Heavy Bolters. These weapons don't mess around, as they fire fist-sized high explosive armor-piercing ammunition. The destructive power of these upscaled bolt gun rounds is about to be fully represented with an improved damage characteristic. So Heavy Bolter is range 36, heavy 3, strength 5, AP -1, and a flat 2 damage each. Good for things like taking out anything that has 2 wounds. So if you're having Space Marines versus Space Marines and you're coming up against Primara Space Marines, flat 2 damage means as long as one of them gets through, you're going to be picking off those guys with no wounds left over, which is very, very cool. And next we have the winners, which is the Retributors, the holy trinity of weapons indeed. So the Retributors getting lots and lots of love in this. Very cool for anyone who plays this as a battle. We have Lehman Russ Exterminator tanks, and of course the big fat Bane Blades. They can have the equivalent of 10 heavy bolters, which is like 30 heavy bolter shots, which is mental. Next we have something that doesn't come up very often, Hunter Killer Missiles. These one-shot missile launchers are common upgrades on vehicles across the Imperium, for APCs to frontline battle tanks. Rather than matching the profile of a crack missile, like before, hunter killers are getting a significant boost in strength to help them truly live up to their name. As you can see now, they are range 48 inches, so you can fire them pretty much across the board. Heavy 1, strength 10, AP -2, D6 damage each. And the abilities, the bearer can only shoot with each hunter killer missile is equipped once per battle. So if you're going to shoot at something, you're going to have to make sure that you're hitting well. You'll probably be wounded on 3s and 2s 99% of the time, but you're going to have something that hits. There's nothing worse than firing a hunter killer missile with something that has like hits on 3s, hits on 2s, and you're rolling a 1. So if you're going to shoot this, you better make sure that it hits, because if it does hit, it's going to cause some pain. The winners are Sentinel Squadron, Rhinos, and any other vehicle that can have them. Next is melee weapons. The new Assault Intercessor datasheet introduces the nuance of Astartes chainswords, which featured a beef-up profile of AP -1. The oversized chain blades carried by the Adeptus Astartes are considerably larger, broader, and heavier than those designed to be wielded by a human. So it's only right that they make more of a destructive impact. As such, all Adeptus Astartes and Heretic Astartes chainswords will benefit from the new profile accordingly, which is, obviously it's a melee weapon, strength user, AP -1, 1 damage. Very cool. Each time the bearer fights, you can make 1 additional attack with this weapon. So, things that would benefit great from this, that I can only think off the top of my head. Obviously, Chaos Space Marines, anything Heretic-wise, but Space Marine chapters like Space Wolves, Blood Angels, going to benefit greatly from this. As you can see, we have Blood Claws, Khorne Berserkers, of course, and Assault Squads. Thanks to the potent energy field running through the length of their blades, power weapons are especially effective at cutting down armoured opponents. Yet they do more than shear through armour. They carve through muscle and bone with equal impunity. As such, power swords, power axes, and power maws are receiving a strength bonus to emphasise this devastating effect. So, as you can see, power axe is... These are all melee weapons. The axe is strength 2, AP -2, 1 damage. The power maul is actually strength +3, little bit less AP, AP -1, and 1 damage each. Power sword, strength +1, AP -3, 1 damage each. So there's a big mix of stuff you want to do. If you want to go for more strength, so it's easy to wound, then fine. If you want to go for more AP, so the enemy might not get an armor save, up to you. Lots of versatility, lots of availability. Winners are Howling Banshees, Vanguard Veterans, and Crusaders. Next we have Storm Shields. It's an easy thing to die on the battlefield of the 41st millennium, so if you want to stay alive a little longer, bring a Storm Shield with you. Rather than a 3+ invulnerable save, all Storm Shields will instead offer a 4+ invulnerable save, as well as buffs to the bearer's armour. After all, it only makes sense that heavily armoured Terminators carrying Storm Shields should be all but impervious to incoming fire compared with their power-armoured battle brothers. In fact, they've effectively started with a +1 save, though an unmodified roll of 1 always fails. So you'll need to hit them with AP -2 to even make a difference. So Storm Shield, the bearer has a 4+ invulnerable save. In addition, add 1 to the armor saving throws made for the bearer. Obviously, big winners. Terminator Assault Squads with like Thunderhammer, Storm Shields, Custodian Guards, and Deathwing Knights. With so many weapons getting better, Codex Space Marines is really going to change the game, whether you collect an army of Adeptus Astartes or not. As always, we'll be revealing more over the coming days and weeks as we draw closer to the new book's launch. So sign up to your newsletter to make sure you've always up to speed with the latest news. In the meantime, let us know which upgrade weapons you're looking forward to the most on our Warhammer 40,000 Facebook page. Very cool. Well, while you're here, guys, leave your thoughts with me and Col. What do you think the best sort of update is for these weapons? I personally think all the heavy weapons, things like heavy bolters, heavy melters, stuff like that, and the flamers. The fact that the flamers now can reach out and touch them, tickle the enemy with flames at a longer range, Very cool. But what are your thoughts, guys? Leave your comments below. If you're new to 40 Call, we post Warhammer 40,000 content, well, we try to, every single day. Things like news, hints, tips, reviews, unboxing videos, painting videos, all kinds. If you love 40k as much as me and Carl do, then subscribe to the channel below, hit that bell notification to keep up to date with everything that we do here at the channel as we grow and draw ever closer to 400 subs. So leave some likes, leave some comments, and we will respond to every comment that we get here on the channel. If you would like to follow us on Instagram as well, you can do that, of course, by going to Instagram and going to 40_call, and there is a link in the description below. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I look forward to reading your comments. So this is Kel, signing off for 40 Call, saying stay safe, look after each other. Until next time, guys. We'll see you all later.